Let's talk about a pre-reading skill, which is oral blending. Before we are reading, we are just going to be listening to the sounds and we are going to be hearing all those sounds and words. Welcome to the channel. My name is Lindsay, and if you're new here, I am a kindergarten teacher, a mom of two, and I help parents just like you teach your kids how to read. Now today you don't need very many materials, and we're going to be getting started right away, getting into a game that's all about hearing those sounds and words. When I first started teaching, I assumed that whenever students would hear the sounds like app, that they would automatically hear the word map. But I was wrong, so very wrong. And this is a skill that your child needs to develop. It is a skill. It is not something that they are born with, which I thought it was. Once they learned how to talk, they'd be able to hear those sounds. So now I understand how important it is to play with the sounds and words. And that is what phonemic awareness is all about. That term's not important, but in case you hear it in amongst your searches, that's what it is. It's playing with the sounds and words. Now for these ones, we are going to be working with oral blending, which is going to be the precursor, the skill that we're going to learn before we learn to read. So for this, we don't need to worry about the letters and what they look like, just the sounds that they're hearing in words. So if I were to say, what word am I saying? Duck. Duck. Now that is something that's totally random. They have to really listen for the sounds and words, and it's more challenging. To make it easier, we're going to take a step back and we're going to give them pictures. So we're going to give them options. So rather than having to think of all the options that it could be, we're going to give them two options. So what word am I saying? Bus. Bus. Now, in the beginning, your child might guess. Right now they have 50-50 chance. It's bus. Cool. Don't assume that they know it. Practice doing a few other ones, seeing if they are consistently getting it right or if they are getting it some right, some wrong. So in that case that they are guessing. Now, if they know how to do that, if they are consistent, then don't worry about this game. Once they are mastering that skill, then they're that much closer to being able to read. Now, whenever I do this in my classroom, I like to have a few options and I will hold them up, and as they guess them right, they get to keep that card. So I will say, which picture am I saying? Bat. So they get to keep this one. And then I might swap it out and I'll give them a new one, so that I always have 3, 4, 6, depending on how confident they are with this game. Once they're confident with that, then I can change the game slightly, and I can take a picture and I can put it behind my back. And I can say, all right, what picture is behind my back? Pig. Pig. And it just makes it a little bit more engaging, a little bit more fun than just saying, what word am I saying? And saying, mom. So it's just a little bit more fun. You can make your own cards. Simply draw pictures or print out pictures, or you can get a PDF from my toolkit that's in my new book that I'm writing, which I am so excited for. So if you haven't already, join the waitlist and you can get your copy, and in there you will have this resource with these awesome cards. All right, that's it. Make it fun, make silly voices if you need to, talk like a robot or a monster, talk in a whisper, or talk like an opera singer. It's totally your call what you think is fun and is going to keep your child engaged. You know your child best. You are your child's first teacher, and remember that. Remember that you can teach them to do these wonderful things like reading.